Hey YouTube, I am here today with possibly my most unpopular bookish opinion yet. And this is about a widely, very beloved series that I have tried to start and am just really, really struggling to get into. So I wanted to just sit down today, talk about why that is, and really try to get some input from you guys, watching this video of what you think I should do, kind of where you think I should go from here. So, this very unpopular opinion is that I am really struggling to get into Throne of Glass.
All right, this is editing me with a little disclaimer. I am sick right now. I don't feel well, but I did just want to say that since filming this video, I have actually finished the book and I did really, really enjoy it. I would rate it a solid 4 stars. I thought it was fun, it was good. Part of the end actually did make me cry, so my opinions have changed, but I still wanted to post this video anyway, just for anybody else who might be starting this series, who is having a similar issue that I did with kind of struggling to get into it at the beginning. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that little disclaimer in here that I have since finished the book. I did really enjoy it. I'm going to finish the rest of the series. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of the video.
Now, I am somebody who has been a lifelong fantasy romantasy reader. It's been one of my favorite genres to read from since I was a small child. Loved fantasy books, fairy tales and stuff growing up. And then as I got a little bit older, moved into the romantasy genre and just have really, really loved it ever since. So, a little bit of backstory. I knew what ACOTAR was, knew who Sarah J. Maas was, had not read any of her work until the beginning of this year. At the beginning of this year, back in January, I decided to start ACOTAR. I absolutely loved it. I think I rated book 1 4 stars because it felt like a lot of exposition. It felt like the first book of a series, and in that way, but I rated all the other books in the series 5 stars or more. Like, some of the books in that series, A Court of Wings and Ruin and A Court of Silver Flames in particular, are 6-star, infinity star reads for me because of how they made me feel. So that's kind of my background with SJM. I've read a lot of other fantasy and romantasy, but I had not read her yet. And struggled a little bit with ACOTAR Book 1, just because I felt, well, no. Did feel like ACOTAR Book 1 was a lot of exposition, but overall really didn't struggle to read it or get into it. I just kind of dove right in and did enjoy it. With Throne of Glass, I'm going to pick up my copy. With Throne of Glass, I'm currently on page 119. I'm at chapter 15. So I'm over 100 pages in, and I'm just not. I don't know if it's the mood I'm in. I don't know if it's the book, but I'm finding I'm not reaching for it, and I'm not carving the time out of my schedule like I normally would be to dedicate to reading and to spend more time reading it. And I'm kind of trying to figure out why that is. Right off the bat, I do know this writing style for Throne of Glass is very, very different than the writing style for ACOTAR, and I definitely really prefer the A Court of Thorns and Roses writing style. I don't love the writing style of this, which is interesting, but also, I mean, it kind of makes sense because I know this was written before ACOTAR. It is a very different voice, different. It's just a different writing style. And I think having read A Court of Thorns and Roses first, that's kind of what I was expecting from this book, what I had kind of come to expect from SJM, and Throne of Glass is just very different, and it's kind of throwing me off in that way. I also feel like this is kind of having a bit of that same like first book in a series feeling that ACOTAR did, except for ACOTAR, I connected with Feyre right away and felt really invested in her as a character. And unfortunately, I don't necessarily feel that way about Selena yet. I don't know if that is because she's younger, and maybe if, like, YA with, because it is kind of young adult fantasy with the ages of the characters. Like, I don't know if maybe it's just me not connecting with her because of that. I don't know if it's just because I'm so early into the book and like I need to read more and like experience more of her to feel like more connected to her. I don't know. Those are kind of the two issues I can think of right off the bat that I'm kind of having with the book. Part of me is also wondering if it's an expectations issue. Like, I have seen so many other book girlies and book boys alike being like, Throne of Glass is God tier, Throne of Glass is my favorite fantasy series of all time. And part of me does just wonder if I went into this with too high of expectations. Like, I went into it expecting this is going to be God tier, this is going to sweep me off my feet immediately. And unfortunately, I just don't currently feel that way. I really don't know. I'm really trying to figure out what it is. The other thing I really did want to talk about in this video is like the spoiler culture surrounding this series, and it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's kind of a difficult topic because on the one hand, this is an old series. The series is old. I'm pretty sure the first book came out well over like 10 years ago. I might look that information up and like write it somewhere over here just because I am actually kind of curious. But like, I get that people talk about it very, very openly because it is an older series and people kind of expect that everybody who is going to read it has read it or whatever. But that is not the case. And I know, like, three massive spoilers about the plot twists in this series already. And I think that's definitely taking me out of it. Like, and I will say I kind of had the same problem with reading the first A Court of Thorns and Roses, with reading that first ACOTAR book, where, spoiler tag, if you have not read ACOTAR, maybe you want to click away, find a different video, or I'll put a timestamp up here that you can skip to, but we are going to talk about an ACOTAR spoiler, which is that obviously Feyre ends up with Rhysand. So the whole first book, when I'm seeing her with Tamlin, I'm like, okay, how are they going to break up? Like, I'm anticipating these events because I'm like, I know everybody hates Tamlin, and I know she ends up with Rhysand. So how are we going to get there? I'm like anticipating it, and I'm waiting for that other shoe to drop. And with Throne of Glass, I know like three massive spoilers, and I feel like it's kind of taking some of that enjoyment out of experiencing the series for the first time away. Like, the morning that I was going to start it, I had a day off and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this book like to the Botanic Gardens. I'm going to go like sit in the sun, start Throne of Glass. Like, it's going to be a Throne of Glass summer. It's going to be like so fun, so awesome. And I sat down and I looked up how to pronounce the main character's name because I had read the inner blurb, like on the cover of the book, just to make sure that, like, yes, I'm actually in the mood to consume this story right now. Like, this is the right story for my mood, because I am such a mood reader and I have like an absolutely massive physical TBR. So I read that blurb. I was like, yes, this is the moment. This is what I'm going to do. We are going to read it. And I look up how to pronounce the main character's name, and I'm instantly met with a massive fucking spoiler. And this is after I already knew a massive spoiler. So, a different massive spoiler, I should clarify. So, it definitely, like, that day I was kind of like, fuck, like, do I even want to pick this up right now? Like, do I want to choose something else and maybe return to Throne of Glass at a later date? Like, maybe I can kind of forget about this, put it at the back of my mind, like, but I had really wanted to start it, so I started it anyway. And I don't know. I don't know. It sucks because I think I think all of these factors are contributing to it. I think part of it is that my expectations were just so high because of the way people talk about this series, and maybe I am expecting too much from book 1, which, I mean, again, this is why I wanted to make this video, because I'm like, please tell me, like, if you have read this, if this is one of your, like, god tier series, or if you've read it and you didn't like it as much as everybody else, like, I'm begging you, like, leave your experiences, spoiler free, I might add, but, like, leave your experiences with this series and with these books in the comments, because I really do want to know how other people feel about it, because I don't know, maybe I'm judging too harshly. Maybe it is just that my expectations were so high because people speak so highly of this series as a whole, that, like, I was just expecting it to be perfect right out of the gate and to be, like, instantly swept up in the story, and that's just not happening yet for me. I don't know. I really don't know. I think there is kind of one last factor too that I had not really thought much about until I sat down to film this, but also at this time, The Exquisite Torment of Loving Your Enemy has just come out, and this is my, like, most highly anticipated release of this year with regards to books. Like, this is the book that I am the most excited about the release for. I am so freaking excited to read it. Like, been chomping at the bit for it. So I'm also wondering if maybe, like, once I read that and am not, like, thinking about that as much, if maybe I will feel more immersed, feel more ready to, like, fully dedicate my time and energy to Throne of Glass. I don't know. I just don't know, because I feel like all of these factors definitely could be contributing, and it's like my expectations are too high. It is very different from ACOTAR, and ACOTAR is something I really enjoyed. Like, going in with too many expectations, and then it also could just be like that my mind is elsewhere, and there is also the possibility that maybe, like, YA with the younger characters just, like, isn't for me anymore. Which, if that's the case, that's going to be a real bummer, because I feel like I have a couple of YA book series on my physical TBR that I have been, like, super excited about, like Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Cruel Prince, like, series kind of like that, that, I kind of have been excited, like, let's read some of these more popular series that I've never read before. And I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I think my current plan is that I want to at least try to finish book 1 of Throne of Glass. I may, after book 1, I may take a break to read The Exquisite Torment of Loving Your Enemy, and then try to go back to Throne of Glass Book 2. I think that might be my strategy. Um I have the entire set. I have the entire set of books on my physical TBR. You can't see it, but it's on that like bottom shelf behind me. So I want to finish the series. Like I want to keep going, but it's just a matter of like what is and isn't holding my attention right now, which is like, I mean, it's almost kind of frustrating because it's frustrating to have been like, I want to read this and then to like not be in the mood and to not be vibing with it the way that I thought I would. So, I don't know. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Please comment below if you have read Throne of Glass. No spoilers, but please do comment below like what you think the vibe is. Like, should I take a break and should I read this and then come back to Throne of Glass when I'm feeling ready? Should I power through and finish book 1, take a break, read this, go back to the series? Should I just put it down period until I'm in the mood to pick it back up, because I do want to read this series. I know I want to read this series. And like I have a feeling that if I can push through book 1, I have a feeling that I could really enjoy the rest of it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything like conclusive to say for the end of this video. That's just like all my thoughts. So let me know what you think I should do. Let me know what your thoughts on Throne of Glass are. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not roast me too bad in the comments for having this opinion, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is just books. It's not that serious, but yeah, I just did want to talk about this anyway. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed or were entertained by this video, and I hope that I will see you in my next one. Bye!